Hello everyone, it is Susie and I hope everybody is doing fantastic today. I am back on the Alpha Challenge. My letters this time were J and P, and so what I thought I would use is just some junk stuff that we would throw away. Here's a little piece of like a cellophane, and my hands are all stained. I've been playing a little bit with some distress oxides and distress sprays. But I tore this actually out of this bank envelope. I think I'm going to use that in something. I know I want to use this stamp. I actually did a little swap, and this is the envelope that my ATCs came in. And I love the stamp. The stamp is gorgeous. Some kind of little floral in a cream color. It's just really, really pretty. So I'm going to use that. And I may use some of this envelope that's been coffee stained. I thought I'd use a little bit of book page. But I have some black tea that I kept some of the pieces. I kept this piece because I liked this. I thought this would be fun as a belly band. So I kept that. And then I thought I would use some of the Tim Holtz just pieces that you would normally throw away. So anyway, I just thought those would be what I would do this time. I did get this paper bag, and I thought I'd use paper bag and some paper dolls, but I have sprayed this side of the paper bag with some of that oxide, and I know you can see that, and it gives it a really funky look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray the I may spray the inner part of this. I'm not sure, or if I'll just go ahead and stitch that down and not have it where it opens up. But I do have to spray this side of it. And I am going to use the Vintage Photo. And this is the Distress Oxide spray. And it's a lot different than the Distress Stain spray, for sure, in what it does. But I'm just shaking it up real good, and you want to be sure and cover. I'm just going to cover some of the area a little bit more, but I'm just going to spray it, and you can see how it sprays on, but that is not how it dries. So I do want to pick this up and maybe squirt a little under there. I think I will stitch around my bag, so I don't think I'm going to spray inside the flaps. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry up, and then I will get, while that's drying, I will get my pages together for this. And we will start working on just a little paper bag journal using some of these junk little pieces here. So, okay, so my paper bag is dry. And I've went ahead and put a few pieces in it because the junk that I'm going to be doing will actually go in this little paper bag journal. So what I want to do is I'm going to start with this. I am going to make this a little flip on one of the pages. And I'm going to make this really a little simple piece. See if I can find my little paper doll. Alright, there she is. What I'm going to do is, this is some really old linen. And what I thought would be fun is just to have, and this is some old lace that was on that old linen. It's like an old bonnet is what it was. I picked it up over Memorial Day weekend, and I thought it would be fun just to do a little old lace on this, just to give it that something extra there. So I'll probably have to use my Fabri-Tac on this because of it having that little bit of slick surface to it. I want it to really kind of cling to it, and I want this a little crunched up. I don't want it just straight. And then I want my little bit of ruffle. I'm just, you know, I don't want it to be straight or look real nice and tidy. I just kind of want it to, that glue bottle is just not going to stay up. Oh my goodness. My ruler's over there, and I think that's what keeps knocking it over. I'm not getting it laid on there straight. Okay, so I'm just going to, she is actually sitting down, so I'm just going to place her kind of on there where it looks like she is sitting a little bit. Yeah. May want her over just a little bit more. Alright, so I like that. Okay, and then what I want to do is get my bag here, and I forgot to look at the time, but I'm sure that I can do this in 30 minutes. These were not too difficult of projects here, so I think trying to debate where I want it at. I think I'll do it right in here. I think what I'll do is just have it flipped to the outside. I could have it flipped this way as well. That might be just as nice. Okay, so I'm going to get my, I'm just going to use some washi. I have some here that was gifted to me. I've got some of this map that is really wide, and then I have some of this black. And I think I'm going to go with the map. So I'm going to get some off of here. Alright, so I got my piece, and I think I'm just going to put that on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of get some of that. I really like this wide washi. And I'm going to just kind of go ahead and stick it down. Needs to be a little tour there. Yeah. And I probably should have put it closer to the edge, but you know, I think that's going to be just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off that right there. And do the same thing here. Okay, so my camera did shut off at one point, so I'm not sure where exactly it shut off at. So here is my little flip, and that looks really cute for our little junk journal here. Now I'm going to do this little bag, because what I'll probably do is make a little journal to go inside this, just a small memo book or something. And I will lay it on the inside of this one. And it will kind of be like a journal in a journal somewhat. I think that's where I'm going to go with that. So I've got some more of this old linen. And I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit of glue here. And I just want to crinkle it up a little bit as well. Just want it to be a little wrinkled. As well. And then I have actually stitched around the little T. I'm going to call it a band. Alright, and it's just going to lay on there. And then I want to take this kind of bigger die, and I want his hand to just be draping the T top there. So something like that. And I love that. It just looks old. It looks vintage, and so that's where we're going with that one. Okay. Like I said, I will be just putting a little mini journal or something in that is what I'll be doing. Alright, and there he will be. And that will make a nice little bag to put that journal in. Okay, so there is that one. I have enough time. I'm going to do two more, because this one here I'm really just going to add a little paper doll. I'm not sure if I want to even back it in. I think that's kind of what that might need. So let's just do that. And we're just gonna take this and just make it wrinkly as well. Okay. And then we're just going to put her there, and that'll make a nice little, just a little pocket. And then what I'll do is, as I get more junk of different sorts, I will work on the book. But this will just be a start to using some of my just throwaway junk. So, okay, so that will be another little, that'll just give me a little pocket. I'll probably try to put it towards the back somewhere, because this is open here, and I could just put a little tag in there is what I could do. So we will just put it right back here. Okay, and I wanted to use that little cellophane piece that come off the bank envelope. And what I thought was, I had this heart punch. I've had this for a very, very long time. I'm not even sure. Paper Shapers. I'll say I wouldn't even remember who made it. I've had it so long. And what I thought would be fun is to, on this tag here, is to have this kind of cellophane behind that, and then a little paper doll, of course encased on the back side of that cellophane. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And also I think that I'm going to stitch around this heart as soon as I get that cellophane glued down, and then I'll cut that excess off. But I'm thinking something like this. Yeah. And then I'll, of course, get rid of what I need to there. But I would like her just behind the heart there. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to go ahead and get this glued down, the cellophane. I'm going to go ahead and get that stitched around. And then I'll come back and we'll work on getting the paper doll behind it. Okay, so I got the little cellophane behind the little heart. And I think that'll just be real cute right there. And then what I probably will do is go ahead and stick my paper doll I don't know whether to go ahead and have her feet hanging out or cut those off. I think possibly I'm just going to leave her feet hanging out. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm probably going to move this over a hair. I kind of want to get her where I want her. And I think that would be about right. Okay, and I'm just going to glue her down. Okay, and then I'm going to take my, I'll get this put up and get my Fabri-Tac. Okay, then I'm going to grab my Fabri-Tac, and you can see all I did was just stick that piece of cellophane that I ripped off that envelope. Get that where it's stuck a little bit, and then go ahead and get her encased in that. And there we are. Alright, so then I have my paper doll behind that little heart with that cellophane, which I think that is adorable. I love that. This is just a junky little journal anyway, so feet sticking out, all the kind of grungy sewing all fits in quite nicely. And these tags here I also have sprayed with that oxide, and you can kind of see I let this one smear. It looks so different on the oxide spray does, stain spray, than just the plain stain spray. So I do want, well, I can add that later. I also have, I'll show you what I kind of have. I have this label tape. It feels just like it's Tim Holtz. I had not seen it. I was at Joann's and I found this label tape. It is so neat. It's just like the old labels you used to make with the little Dynamo or Dino or whatever it was called, label maker. And it does just kind of stick there, so you could kind of, you know, put you some little label. Of course, it won't make any kind of word, but I mean, it's just a neat little blast from the past, I guess, kind of. And I just thought it was cute. You could just kind of put a little piece of that label there. I just thought it was fun. I think there's like 2 yards on a roll, and there was 2 rolls in the package. So, and I also picked up, which I didn't need this, I could have just done this myself, but I picked up a little bit of his sewed snippets and thought that I would play with a few of those. But like I said, I could have actually sewed little pieces myself. I just thought it was fun to, I'm just going to go ahead and finish that out. Okay, so I have one more little project. That's a little more than 3, but that's okay. I had plenty of time. That will go in our little junkie journal, and that is using one of his little, this was the ephemera pack snippets that I had, and what I'm going to make is a little page to drape over the page like this. That's what I want to do. So what I think I will do with this is, I'm almost certain I'm not going to cover this over because I want that to be seen. That's part of the just being using junk for the journal, but I am going to kind of, and I am going to, I believe, cover this over, but leave that, and I will probably make this a little bit of paper for journaling there, so that there is a place that you could journal, which you could journal on that, I guess, but I would like to just use some paper. So let's just go ahead and rip a little bit of this lined paper up. Okay, yeah, and I'm just simply going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay. Then once again, I will probably use some of this Tor old linen because I just like it, and I will probably leave that hanging down. I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave that. Or do I want it going up? Yeah, I think I'll want to leave some of that wording for the packaging showing. Oops, I may have to use Fabri-Tac. That may not hold this. There it goes. And I'm just going to wrinkle it. I just want it to be, let's see, I may have to rip that a little bit. There we go, where it's not quite so. Okay, let's just use some Fabri-Tac here. I'm going to wrinkle it up. Okay, and let's see, may even use a little of this old lace again. You may want to go ahead and just... Okay, and then I need a paper doll. Do we want the little ballerina paper doll? I don't think I want one setting. Let's see. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is stitch this a little bit because I'd like that to kind of get a little pleated coming off of there. So I think I'm going to stitch this before I put the lace and the paper doll on. So okay, so I did whoops, I've got crooked where I had to move, sorry about that. So I've got that now kind of stitched down a little bit and a little bit pleated more like I wanted. And I'm going to just, I think, use her. That's what I'm going to use, but I still don't like that sticking up there, so we're going to go ahead and rip that a little bit. Yeah, just don't like the shape of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get her glued down a little bit there. Alright, now I probably will put a piece of paper there just to kind of cover that over a little. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and do that. And it will hold those stitches for me. Alright. And that will drape over the page. Alright, so let's get the back side done, and I'm probably getting really close to time now. I kind of feel like it's been about 30 minutes now, because I did not watch the time. So alright, so that's going to be cute, and it'll just flip. I love that. So let's get this back side. Now I know I want to cover over this. I know that is, and I'm thinking I could probably use one of his little stitch pieces there. I think I'm going to go with the black. Oops, I forgot to put my piece of lace under my little ballerina. Oh well. Maybe I'll just put it here. And then I'm not sure if I want another paper doll or if I want to put something else. Do we want one of his little snippets or something? No, I think it'll be a paper doll. Okay, I think I found just this little guy and his mother or grandmother, or I think that's where I'm going to just put my little paper doll there. Okay, let's get the all right. I like that. Alright, so there we are. I love that. Alright, so let's just find a place to drape it in. We've got our little flip breakfast tea box. Just cut off the box. And I think I would probably flip it on this this little bit sturdier page here. And it will just kind of sit on there like that. To clip it on. And just clip it on. And there's the back side, and that's cute. I like that. Okay, and then we have our little cellophane that came off the little bank envelope. And then we have our little tea pocket here, which will serve as a pocket. Right there, that'll be our pocket. So I like that. And then, of course, we have our bag using the little trash there. So anyway, there's our little junk and paper dolls. That was kind of fun, and like I said, as I get more junk, I will finish out the little paper bag junk journal. So, and I think it'll be a fun one. All right, guys, have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.